Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Cool Maniac here, and today we'll be playing, for the third time I'm starting, This War of Mine, The Little Ones. This game has had so many issues in the past that, well, third time's the charm, you know what they say. We're gonna do another try. I'm gonna play with the same trio I tried to do this little series with at the beginning, but as you may have noticed, we already survived in that. Unfortunately, the recordings of that survival are gone due to different reasons that I'm not gonna get into. Anyways, like I said, day one. So let's start. So it's your typical starting point. We were fortunate enough to start in, well, the smallest house, which I actually prefer. There are three locations that you can actually start from, and this is the smallest one. So, first order of business is we're gonna use Pavle, Marco, and Bruno to clean up the house and gather all the things that we have in this house. Let's introduce our characters, shall we? Now, I'm not gonna actually, show the bios that much because I already know the characters I'm gonna tell you about. First off, I'll start with Bruno, who you're looking at right now. Now, Bruno is and was a cook in the fictional city of Pogoren, where this little event takes place. He used to own his own restaurant. He is unfortunately a smoker, which means that, his passive little joy time is smoking away cigarettes. Then we have Pavle. Now, Pavle was a football player in the city of Pogoren, and, he used to be married. Not much is known about his family other than that he had kids. How many? It doesn't say. And last but not least, and also most important for us actually, is Marco. Now, Marco used to be a firefighter. And somehow that relates to him being a skilled scavenger. That is important because he can carry the most things, 15 things to be precise. Now, in the first day of cleaning out the house, gathering all the resources we can gather, I'm not actually going to use any of the lockpicks that we find to unlock any of the doors, just because lockpicks are a breakable thing. So if you use them, you break them, and they're gone. I'd rather use lockpicks when I go scavenging, so when they break I have the extra slots. Slot anyways. So, like I said, first we're gonna collect everything, and what should we make the first day? Well, the most important things to make in the first day are, from my perspective anyways, are beds and the metal workshop. Why? Well, the beds are important because obviously your characters need to sleep, and if you make them sleep on the bed, obviously they won't be well rested, and that can affect their mental status. So, like I said, that's the first thing we'll be making. In fact, I already think I made Bruno make the beds, so I'm gonna make the second bed with Marco, and then I'm gonna make a metal workshop with Bruno, while Pavlo over there cleans up the rubble. I like this game. This is a game made by 11-bit Studios, and, this game allows you to see war from the eyes of ordinary, everyday civilians, not professional, specially trained soldiers. So, you are an inexperienced civilian, and you have to survive through this ordeal. Now, you may have already noticed that Bruno and, Marco have status effects, something in orange that's written below their names. That is in fact what happens when you start off a new game in this War of Mine. Usually two of your characters will, one of them will be slightly sick, the other slightly wounded. And that can go two ways. If they're well rested and if they sleep, they can actually heal by themselves, and if that doesn't happen, then you actually have to use medication and bandages respectively in order to heal them up. So let's see what we'll find in behind door number 1 with Pavle here. Well, that's not too bad. Nothing amazing, but diamonds can be traded, so not too bad. Seeing as how the rest of the doors that we can, well, find in the house can only be unlocked with a lockpick. Let's just check. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna end the night and go and explore. Ah, okay, we have the quiet house unlocked from the very beginning. We'll be visiting that place really soon because that thing is a gold mine with food, medication, and stuff. However, on our first day, we are gonna go at the abandoned cottage just because that place has, well, the essentials we need. Okay, well, we are gonna go through every pile on the way and collect everything we can, and then we are gonna prioritize once we get our backpack full. Marco, after all, can carry 15 different stacks, because as you have noticed, items do stack in this game. So. Anyways, the front door is blocked off, so we'll have to go through the real interesting infrastructure. I mean, having the entrance to your basement in front of your front door is very interesting indeed. Hey, I'm not gonna complain, it gives me an access to the house, so... Okay, let's see, actually, I'm gonna... Hey, yeah, parts are a priority because the things that we're gonna build next require more parts than they do timber. I'm gonna grab the guns instead of the books because gun parts are more important than actual books in this game. Alright, that being said, let's unblock the door just because, well, we do want a faster way in and out, so the fridge should have food and, well, water, and it also has, surprisingly, vegetables. Usually it might not have vegetables, so this is actually pretty good for us. I'm gonna leave these parts behind because even though they're important, they're not important right now. We actually need basic components and, well, basic stuff. Okay, so what is this? Okay, so apparently a family that lived here was robbed a couple of times. The last time they robbed him, they actually shot and killed his daughters, which is, sad. And as a form of retribution, he actually killed the robbers, destroyed the gun, and apparently the gun is in the front yard. Well, this kind of makes it fun, but we're gonna go back just because we didn't have anything of importance. And, well, we did collect everything that we needed. Okay, day 2. Now, today we're gonna actually make a couple of things. Well, everything that we can make, we will. First off, we are gonna make... first off, we're gonna put Marco to sleep. And second, we're gonna use Pavle to make the things we need. Obviously, we need to make a stove in order to cook. And, well, other than that, okay, thankfully our characters have healed by themselves, which is good. Second, we are gonna make a crowbar because, well, a crowbar is unlike a lockpick is not a one-time thing. It can actually open multiple doors and cabinets before it actually breaks. So it's really useful. It can also be used as a weapon. It's not very effective, but well, it's kind of effective depending on the targets. So, and I think you're gonna see which targets it's effective on. Anyways, since we did make this, we are gonna go ahead and unlock every single thing that we can unlock in this house and collect everything we can. We should have bandages and pills in these cabinets, so let's just try and collect those, shall we? Okay, let's see what other things we can actually unlock. Well, the basement, obviously. Well, the lower. Again, the structure of the houses, it's kind of weird. Well, it's a game after all. It doesn't have to make sense as long as it makes some sense, right? Anyways, I'm gonna go, like I said, let's have Bruno clear out the, well, attic, and obviously Marco is gonna continue to sleep just because he is our scavenger and we need him well rested. It's important that if every day you have someone guarding the house, because you never know when raiders and looters are gonna struck the house and try to steal items from you. And obviously, you know, you don't want to get robbed. See what we can find in this cabinet. There should be medications and stuff in here. Well, it's herbs, but it's no meds. But hey, hopefully Bruno has better luck. I do want to check and see. Well, later on, I guess I'll check and see what we can actually make. We are not gonna feed them today, even though that seems kind of weird. They can actually last a couple of days without food, you know, before getting very hungry, at which point you actually have to feed them twice. So I'm gonna try to avoid getting them very hungry, but I'm just gonna feed them every couple of days, because that should be enough. And also because we don't have food to just splurge around. There's that. That being said, I am gonna actually, well, I might actually cook some of the food, although, let me just check something first. Okay, we can make, yeah, let's go ahead and make that, just because we don't need the books right now, we actually need fuel more. Now then, I think, you know, after I make these things, I am going to actually continue on into the next place. Well, to the next place we're gonna loot. So today I'm either gonna loot, you know what? I think I'm gonna loot the quiet house today, just because it does have a lot of things that we are desperately need. Not only that, but tomorrow or the next day, Franco the trader should show up, and I want to have a lot of stuff that I can trade with him, because he does have a lot of goodies that we need. So you're about to see what kind of a weapon the crowbar, well, what kind of enemies the crowbar is good for, even though they're not enemies and I'm just being a monster here. It does seem monstrous, and unfortunately this is something the game has put in for you to, well, basically exploit, I guess you could say, because the elderly couple is kind of tricky. If you don't kill them, and believe me, this is true, if you don't actually kill them, and you can't just run around and steal their stuff. If you do that, your characters will actually, well, get depressed. And when they get depressed, they don't follow your orders. In fact, they don't do anything. They just sit and wallow in self-pity. And, well, surprisingly enough, and I don't know why this is the case, but when you do actually kill them, the only repercussion that your characters have mentally is Marco's gonna be a little bit sad. Woohoo. Anyways, I mean, we did what we had to do, because this house is full with medication and food, and those are things that we actually need a lot of, especially in the beginning. So if the game actually does give you the quiet house in the beginning of the game, you should do what I just did, because you'll be off to a great start. And, well, another plus that we have the crowbar with us is that we can actually unlock every single piece of locked door and, well, whatever else is locked in this house, without actually, you know, costing us any of a precious resource. Well, we don't have to, what I'm trying to say is we don't have to waste lockpicks. There should be more meds and goodies upstairs, so I'm gonna go and check it out. Obviously, I'm gonna collect what I think is most important until I find something that is better. And obviously, things that would qualify as better are foods and men. Okay, well, there's a letter from Grandpa to his little nephew. Yeah. Alright, well, basically the letter said that they're okay, the war should end quick, and that Grandma is getting better, and well, Grandma apparently wanted to make cookies for her favorite little nephew, but yeah, that's not gonna happen now, Ra, is it? I know I'm a monster. You don't have to say it. Okay, let's just get all the goodies. What should I leave behind? I'm gonna leave the fertilizer behind just because I don't need it right now. I do need the medication and the stuff, not for myself, but for treating. Okay, day 3. As always, Marco is gonna go straight to bed. I'm gonna wake him up in order to feed him them. Actually, you know what? We did get cans, so I'm gonna feed him with cans, and then I'm gonna get them to sleep while I'm gonna make Bruno cook all the food he can cook, just because. Well, that's actually a pretty good reason why I'm gonna make him cook everything that he can cook right now. You see, cooked food is not something that bandits can steal. So as long as it's on the stove and it's cooked, it cannot be stolen. So it's a good idea to cook everything that you can, cook as soon as possible. So I'm gonna put our little Bruno. Oh, yeah, why not make the couple of foods. Now see, they're only sad. Yeah, of course, Pablo is sad as well, but he's gonna get over it. No, right now we don't have anything that we can actually make, so I'm gonna make this for now. So I'm gonna make a filter. Well, because when I make the rainwater collector, I want to have a filter ready so I can use it. Hey, someone is at the door. Hopefully this is the yep, it is. Okay, it is Franco. So we're about to get a lot of goodies. So, and I think I'll be able to make a lot of stuff that I want to. So I'm gonna trade, the pills and bandages. Just look at that. One bottle of pill is, enough to take almost everything he has in parts and stuff. All right. Like I said, I'm gonna trade everything I can trade to get everything that I want to have from him. Guns and the components there are not always something he carries. And the wood as well. And I want to take his bullets as well. Just because we are gonna need bullets later on in the game, obviously. I'm not gonna build a gun, but I'm gonna kill a guy that has a gun and steal his gun. That's my plan anyways. We'll see how that works out. Okay, and let's grab everything. And thank you very much, Franco, and see you next time. And we should be able to make a lot of stuff now. Let's just, oh, let's have Bruno go to sleep, actually. I'll have him eat first, though. And let's have you go to sleep because you were our guard. No, go to sleep. Sorry, that was a mistake. Yes, okay, let's make a rain collector. But first, let me check if I can upgrade this. No, okay. I don't need any of that thing. Of that stuff. I do need a rain collector, so I'm gonna make a rainwater collector. And of course, put it in the, upper basement because everybody knows it rains in the basement. Like I said, logic is not the best in this game. As long as there's some logic, I don't care. I guess, they could have made it so you only make, you can only make rainwater collectors at at specific locations at the house, but that's me nitpicking, really. Okay, so, well, since we already had filters, let's make that. It is important to constantly, to be able to constantly make filters and, install them in the rainwater collector, because water is very important. They don't drink water, but without water you cannot cook, you cannot make alcohol, and, those are very important things. And I'm gonna make the moonshine still as well, just because alcohol is very, very good for a number of reasons. First, you can actually use alcohol as a very good trading commodity. Second, you can actually use alcohol to get your characters out of depression. And third, this is really after you upgrade and the workshop and actually make a moonshine distillery, you can actually distill that alcohol and also make medication. So it has a number. Right now, though, we're gonna make pure alcohol just for, not pure alcohol, but moonshine alcohol just for trading, and if we do need it, hopefully we won't drink it. So I think I mentioned this before, but Bruno is a smoker. So later on we're gonna make a herbal workshop so we can make cigarettes for him, because indulging in his little addiction makes him happy. Right now we are gonna go, okay, we have a number of locations unlocked. See, I'm kind of torn. Yeah, I'm gonna go into the abandoned house and I'm gonna grab the lockpick simply because we have two things that we can unlock in. Okay, this is the letter we read, so we are gonna pick up the gun parts, because I'm gonna need gun parts soon, not for a gun but for an axe. We are gonna make an axe because the axe is more useful than a gun. A pistol isn't that useful, actually. It is accurate and stuff, but obviously automatic rifle is better. And, when I do decide to get a gun, that's what we're gonna get. Okay, I'm gonna dig for this, but, I'm gonna make it skip ahead. Just, you don't have to watch this. And like that, there you go. And let's unlock this. This should have some kind of medication in it. At the very least, it should have bandages. Yeah, it's bandages. And I'm gonna leave this. I don't need the herbs right now. Ooh, okay, we have bullets. I want bullet. Well, I do have wood, so I'm gonna get the bullets. I am gonna come back eventually here, so we'll pick up those things we left behind later on. I think there should be some goodies behind this door. There should be some gun parts and stuff in here as well. Let's see. Let's search for this one. Yeah, gun parts there are. Let's pick those up. Uh, I'm gonna leave this because this is something that I need more. And the thing I just picked up is actually really hard to find later on in the game, and it's actually, well, needed for the more complicated stuff. Okay, parts. Yeah, okay, we're definitely gonna come back into the abandoned cottage. There's a lot of good stuff that I don't wanna miss on. Miss on. Okay, well, never mind. Alright, this is gonna be the end of this part. So, thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. If you did like it, like and subscribe. Share if you like. Hope to see you in the next video. Again, thank you for watching and bye-bye.